Once upon a time, in a small American town, nestled between rolling hills and wheat fields, there lived a girl named Sarah. She was 8 years old, with hair the color of autumn leaves and a smile that could brighten the cloudiest day. Sarah wasn't rich with golden ribbons and silk dresses. She wasn't poor either, for her family had enough to eat and a cozy house. But her family worked very hard for every loaf of bread and stick of firewood. Her father was a farmer, tall and strong, with gentle brown eyes and hands worn rough from planting seeds and harvesting grain. Her mother was wise and patient, with a voice like honey and a heart full of love, always teaching Sarah lessons meant for her entire life ahead. Sarah was as cheerful as a spring morning. Her bright eyes sparkled like dewdrops on grass, and she found joy in the smallest things. She loved to skip down dusty roads, humming tunes and gathering wildflowers, noticing every small treasure the world had to offer. On one particularly bright morning, when the birds sang their sweetest songs and the sun painted everything golden, Sarah found a treasure that would change her life forever. Sarah was visiting her grandmother, who lived beyond the old oak tree at town's edge. As she skipped along her favorite path, humming about butterflies and rainbows, something caught her eye. Something small glittered in the dirt road, winking like a tiny fallen star. She stopped so suddenly her shoes made little puffs of dust. There, half buried in soft earth, lay a coin, small and perfectly round, made of copper that gleamed like burnished gold in the morning sunlight. It was a penny, a beautiful, shiny, brand new penny. Sarah knelt down carefully, like approaching a sleeping butterfly. She brushed away dust with gentle fingers and picked up the coin, cradling it in her small palm. How perfectly it fit, how warm it felt, how important and magical it seemed. She held it up to catch the light, turning it this way and that. The penny seemed to wink at her with each turn, as if sharing a wonderful secret. Children, have you ever found a coin lying forgotten on the ground? Do you remember that electric moment when you first spotted it? The way your heart suddenly beat faster? That's exactly how Sarah felt, as if she'd discovered a chest full of pirate gold. "Oh my," she whispered, her voice full of wonder. "What shall I do with such a magnificent penny? Perhaps I could buy something lovely. Maybe candy, sweet and red as a sunset. Or perhaps a ribbon for my doll. Or maybe..." She paused, remembering her mother's words. "Maybe I should save it." Sarah's mother had a favorite saying she repeated at the market. "Remember, my dear, a penny saved is a penny earned." But Sarah, being only 8, had never understood what those mysterious words really meant. After all, what good was a penny if it just sat in your pocket forever? And so she wondered about it, dreamed about the possibilities, and finally tucked the precious penny safely into her deepest pocket. The morning sun climbed higher as Sarah continued on her way, but now every step felt different because of the penny in her pocket. She could feel its gentle weight with each skip, and it made her feel rich and important. As she walked through town, past the white church and old stone well, she came to Mr. Henderson's general store. Oh, what a magical place! It had a cheerful wooden sign that creaked in the breeze and big glass windows that sparkled like diamonds. But what lay behind those windows made Sarah's steps slow to a stop. There, lined up like soldiers in perfect rows, stood the most wonderful glass jars filled to their tops with every sweet treat a child could imagine. Peppermint sticks striped red and white, round gumdrops glowing like colored jewels, chocolate drops so shiny you could see your reflection, twisted barber pole candy, and sugar cookies shaped like stars and hearts. The sweet heavenly smell drifted out through the open door and swirled around Sarah like an invisible ribbon, tickling her nose and making her mouth water. It seemed to whisper, "Come closer, Sarah. Come see all the wonderful things your penny could buy." "Oh my goodness," Sarah breathed, pressing her nose against the cool glass. How absolutely delicious it would all be. Just one small piece would taste like sunshine and happiness. The friendly shopkeeper, Mr. Henderson, noticed her standing there. He was a jolly man with rosy cheeks and twinkling eyes behind wire spectacles. "Good morning, little Sarah," he called out warmly. "What brings you to my store today?" Sarah smiled and waved politely, but kept her precious penny hidden deep in her pocket. Just then, Tommy Patterson, a boy from her school, came running up the street. His face was flushed with excitement, and clutched in his sweaty palm was a shiny penny just like hers. "Mr. Henderson," Tommy called breathlessly. "One peppermint stick? Please, the biggest, reddest one you have." Sarah watched, fascinated, as Tommy slapped his penny down on the wooden counter. Clink! And Mr. Henderson handed over the most magnificent peppermint stick she'd ever seen. Tommy grabbed it with both hands and immediately took an enormous bite. His eyes closed with pure bliss as the sweet peppermint flavor filled his mouth. He sighed happily, then skipped away, crunching contentedly. Children, can you imagine how tempting that was for Sarah? Standing there holding your own penny, watching another child enjoy the most delicious candy, knowing you could have that same sweet joy if you just reached into your pocket. Sarah's hand tightened around her penny. Her mouth watered as she imagined how wonderful that peppermint stick would taste. For a moment, just one small moment, she almost pulled out her coin. But then she remembered her mother's gentle voice. A penny saved is a penny earned. And somehow, even though she didn't fully understand those words yet, something deep inside whispered that her penny might be meant for something even more important than candy. Candy is wonderful, she said to herself quietly. But it lasts only a moment. You eat it, and then it's gone forever. But my penny, my special, magical penny, I think I'll keep it a little while longer. Perhaps it's meant to do something much greater. With one last longing look at the candy jars, Sarah squared her small shoulders, lifted her chin with determination and walked on. When Sarah returned home that afternoon, she climbed the creaky stairs to her small bedroom under the eaves. From under her bed, she pulled out her most treasured possession, a little wooden box her grandfather had made, carved with tiny flowers and birds, with a small brass latch that clicked shut satisfyingly. Sarah opened the box carefully and placed her penny inside, right in the center where it could rest comfortably. She spent a long time just looking at it, watching how it caught and reflected the afternoon light. There you are, little penny, she whispered, safe and sound in your new home. For 2 weeks, Sarah visited her penny daily. She'd take it out and polish it with a soft cloth until it gleamed like a tiny mirror. Sometimes she'd whisper little stories to it about her day as if the penny were her dearest friend. During those weeks, Sarah passed Mr. Henderson's store many times. Each time she would pause and look at the candy jars, and each time she would pat her pocket where she now kept the penny during her adventures. But she never felt tempted to spend it. Somehow, waiting had become even more exciting than buying. One grey afternoon, when storm clouds gathered on the horizon and wind whistled through the trees, Sarah heard a frustrated sigh from the barn. She followed the sound and found her father sitting on a hay bale, holding his favorite farming tool in his large, gentle hands. The tool was old and well used, scarred from years of faithful service, but it had always been reliable. Now, however, the wooden handle had cracked right through the middle, making it impossible to use. Sarah's father turned the broken tool over and over, examining the damage. His weathered face was creased with worry. "Oh, dear," he murmured to himself, not noticing Sarah had quietly entered. "If only I had just one more nail, one strong, sturdy nail, I could mend this handle and get back to my work. The storm is coming, and there's so much to be done before the rain arrives." He reached into his pocket and pulled out a few coins, counting them slowly. "But I spent my last penny at the market this morning, buying flour for Mama's bread and seed for next spring's planting. I won't have another coin until I finish this job, but I can't finish the job without fixing my tool." He shook his head sadly. What a puzzle this is. Sarah's heart began to beat very fast as she listened to her father's words. Suddenly, like lightning illuminating a dark room, she understood something important. Her penny, her special carefully saved penny, had been waiting for exactly this moment. Without saying a word, she turned and ran as fast as her legs could carry her up the stairs to her little room, straight to her precious wooden box. Her hands trembled slightly as she opened the latch and lifted out her penny. For just a moment, she held it one last time, feeling its familiar weight and warmth. "Goodbye, dear penny," she whispered. "Go and do something wonderful." Then she ran back to the barn where her father still sat sadly with his broken tool. "Papa," she said softly, approaching him with the penny held out in her small palm. "Please take this." Her father looked up in surprise, his eyes widening when he saw what she was offering. "Sarah, my dear child, that's your penny, your special penny that you've been saving so carefully. Are you certain you want to give it up?" Sarah nodded firmly, her eyes shining with purpose. "Yes, Papa, I'm very certain this is exactly what my penny was meant to do." Her father's eyes filled with tears of gratitude and pride as he gently took the penny from her palm. "Thank you, my darling daughter. This penny will make all the difference in the world." And indeed it did. Her father walked to town through the gathering storm and used that penny to buy the strongest nail Mr. Henderson had in his store. With that nail, he mended his broken tool, making it even sturdier than before. With that repaired tool, He finished all his urgent work just as the first raindrops began to fall, and because he finished his work on time, he earned the money the family needed to buy food for the coming week. That evening, as the family sat around their dinner table sharing fresh bread and warm soup while the storm raged outside, Sarah's father told the whole story to her mother. "Do you see, my wise little daughter?" her father said, reaching across the table to squeeze Sarah's hand. "Your one small penny became a nail, and that nail became a tool, and that tool became our daily bread. You may have given up your penny, but you gained something far more valuable." Sarah beamed with happiness, finally beginning to understand what her mother meant when she said, "A penny saved is a penny earned." The penny hadn't just earned money, it had earned her father's gratitude, her family's dinner, and her own deep satisfaction. As weeks passed, Sarah found herself noticing pennies everywhere, glinting in puddles after rainstorms, hiding under fallen leaves, nestled in grass beside walking paths. Each time she found one, she remembered the wonderful feeling of helping her father and tucked the penny safely away in her wooden box. Her collection grew slowly but steadily. 3 pennies, then 5, then 7. Each one was polished and treasured, each one waiting patiently for its moment to do good. That moment came sooner than Sarah expected. At the end of their street lived an elderly woman named Mrs. Abernathy. She was a gentle soul with silver hair and kind blue eyes, who always had a friendly wave for children walking to school, and who grew the most beautiful roses in the entire town. But Mrs. Abernathy lived all alone, and times had been hard for her. One particularly cold autumn day, she fell ill with a fever that kept her in bed for nearly 2 weeks. She was too weak to work in her garden, too sick to walk to the market, and too proud to ask her neighbors for help. Sarah's mother, who had a sixth sense about when people were struggling, noticed that no smoke had been rising from Mrs. Abernathy's chimney for several days. She also noticed that the old woman's curtains had remained drawn tight and that her usually immaculate garden was looking neglected. "Sarah," her mother said one morning as they prepared breakfast, "I'm worried about dear Mrs. Abernathy. Would you like to come with me to check on her?" Together they walked down the street and knocked gently on Mrs. Abernathy's door. After a long moment they heard shuffling footsteps, and the door opened slowly to reveal the old woman looking pale and tired. "Oh, hello," Mrs. Abernathy said weakly, trying to smile despite her obvious discomfort. "How kind of you to visit." Sarah's mother took one look at her neighbor and immediately understood the situation. "My dear woman, when did you last have a proper meal?" Mrs. Abernathy's eyes filled with tears she tried to hide. I've been feeling poorly, you see, and I haven't been able to get to the market. I spent my last few coins on medicine from the doctor, and now..." Her voice trailed off, embarrassed. "Now you have nothing left for food," Sarah's mother finished gently, with no judgment in her voice, only kindness. Mrs. Abernathy nodded sadly. "If only I had even a single penny, I could buy a small loaf of bread, but I suppose I'll manage somehow." Sarah listened to this conversation with growing understanding. Here was another moment, another opportunity for her carefully saved pennies to do something truly important. That evening, after they had returned home and Sarah's mother had prepared a basket of food to take to Mrs. Abernathy, Sarah made a decision. She climbed the stairs to her room, opened her precious wooden box, and selected 3 of her shiniest pennies. "Mama," she said, returning to the kitchen with the coins clutched in her small fist, "may I give these to Mrs. Abernathy? I think she needs them more than I do." Her mother's face lit up with pride and joy. "Oh, my darling girl," she said, kneeling down to embrace Sarah tightly. "Do you understand now what it means to truly save money? You didn't just keep those pennies in a box, you kept them until they could do the most good possible." When they delivered the food basket to Mrs. Abernathy that evening, Sarah shyly approached the elderly woman and pressed the 3 pennies into her wrinkled hands. "These are for you," Sarah said softly, "so you can buy bread and anything else you need." Mrs. Abernathy looked down at the pennies, then up at Sarah's earnest little face, and tears of gratitude rolled down her cheeks. "My dear, sweet child," she whispered, "these aren't just pennies to me. They're kindness made real. They're hope when I had none. They're proof that there are still angels in this world, and sometimes they come in the form of little girls with generous hearts." Walking home under the starlit sky, Sarah's mother spoke to her in the gentle, wise voice that always meant an important lesson was coming. "Sarah, my precious daughter, do you understand now what I mean when I say a penny saved is a penny earned?" Sarah thought carefully before answering. her mind putting together all the pieces of what she had learned. I think it means that when we save money instead of spending it right away, it becomes more powerful. It can do bigger, more important things. That's exactly right, her mother said, smiling. But there's even more to it than that. A penny saved is like a seed planted in good soil. At first, it looks like just a tiny seed, and you might think it's not worth much. But if you're patient, if you tend it carefully and wait for the right moment, that seed can grow into something magnificent. She paused, choosing her words with care. Your saved pennies grew into help for Papa when he needed it most. They grew into food for our family's table. They grew into comfort for a lonely, hungry neighbor. They grew into the wonderful feeling you have right now in your heart, the feeling that comes from making a real difference in someone's life. From that night forward, Sarah looked at money, and indeed at all of life's resources, with completely new eyes. She understood now that true wealth wasn't about having the most of something, or spending it as quickly as possible on whatever caught her fancy. True wealth, she realized, came from patience. It came from thinking carefully about how to use what you had been given. It came from waiting for the right moment, the moment when your resources could do the most good for the most people. She learned that the temporary pleasure of candy, sweet as it might be, could never compare to the lasting joy of helping someone in need. She learned that small acts of generosity could ripple outward like stones thrown into a still pond, creating waves of kindness that touched lives she might never even know about. Most importantly, Sarah learned that saving wasn't about being stingy or selfish, it was about being wise and generous in the most thoughtful way possible. As she grew older, Sarah never forgot the lessons her first penny had taught her, and whenever young children asked her for advice, Sarah would always tell them the same 3 lessons her penny had taught her. First, that small things matter enormously. Even a single penny, treated with respect and saved with purpose, can hold great power and create real change in the world. Second, that patience and saving are far wiser than rushing to spend. What we keep and tend carefully today can grow into something far greater and more meaningful than we could ever imagine. And third, that the finest use of everything we have, whether it's money, time or talents, is to help others when they need it most. So now, dear children, I ask you this important question. If you were walking down a dusty road tomorrow morning and found a shiny penny winking up at you from the ground, what would you do with it? Would you hurry to the nearest store and spend it on something sweet that would be gone in just a few minutes? Or would you remember Sarah's story and tuck that penny away somewhere safe, letting it rest and wait and grow in value until the perfect moment arrived for it to do something truly wonderful? Remember Sarah and her very first penny. Remember how patient she was, how wise she became, and how much joy she found in using her savings to help others. And remember these words, spoken now by children for generations: a penny saved is a penny earned. A penny saved is a penny earned. A penny saved is a penny earned. Let those words sink deep into your hearts, dear ones. Let them guide you not just with pennies, but with everything precious that comes into your life. For the greatest treasures aren't always the ones we spend quickly. Sometimes they're the ones we save carefully and share generously when the time is exactly right. And that, my dear children, is the complete story of Sarah's penny saved, a tale of patience, wisdom, and the magic that happens when we choose kindness over immediate pleasure. May it guide you well on all your own adventures, and may you always remember that even the smallest act of generosity can change the world.